wonderful world of Disney. Twister, Bull from the Sky.
This is Twister, the Brahma bull that this story's all about. I've been with Twister from the day he was born. I was just a kid then, and the two of us grew up together. So, of course, we were together when he first became famous as the Bull from the Sky. Boy, I still have trouble believing that really happened. But it sure did, all because Twister was born and bred to be a rodeo bull. And the way I see it, bulls are the star performers of a rodeo. Fact is, a good bucking bull can build as big a reputation as a champion cowboy. He's got to be darn good, though, because the cowboys sure are. Now, if he takes less than 8 seconds to throw the rider, the bull's reputation goes up about as fast as the cowboy's goes down. Nowadays, rodeo bulls are bred to buck. And once a bull gets a reputation for being rough and tough, he's headed for the big time. And so is the ranch that bred him. Twister here always gave the folks a little extra run for their money. Yeah, he was different. That's the story of Twister's life from its very beginning on our ranch in Oregon. I must have been about 12 years old at the time. My dad was born on this ranch, so was his dad, and so was I. And I've never wanted to be anywhere else. It's a working ranch. We've never run ordinary range cattle, though. Even our beef cattle are top-grade Hereford stock. They more than pay the fare for the kind of ranching I've always liked best. That's developing new strains from our registered Brahmas. Now, Brahmas come in different colors, but they all have that same kind of hump on their backs. I guess they figure that hump's enough because they sure don't like anything else up there. That's especially true of these gray ones. That's why we raise them to be bucking bulls in the rodeos. Every spring we'd look at the new crop of calves and wonder if one of them would turn out to be a superstar on the rodeo circuit. This spring, we had a few likely prospects, and one more yet to come.
Yeah, that's that cow we were talking about yesterday. Come on, son, let's leave her alone.
This cow would be the last to calve in the spring season, and the rest of the herd was keeping an eye on the big event. You know, it's a funny thing. I've noticed that all animals seem really interested and concerned anytime there's a young'un about to be born. Naturally, Dad and I ended the day by checking up on the new calf. Turned out to be a good thing we did, too. That little feller was already in trouble.
How come she won't let him have a drink?
I don't really know, son. Every once in a while, you'll see a cow like that. Maybe their instincts get short-circuited. It's hard to say. Looks like he got those first few gulps. They're pretty important.
What do you think we ought to do now?
Oh, now, that's easy. Our little friend here needs a good, dependable mother now. How'd you like the job? Come on.
That's when my whole life really changed. From then on, all I thought about was feeding and taking care of that little bull.
I wonder if I could lift you.
I guess I did a good job, too, because he sure grew fast.
Andy Holton? Hey, what are you trying to do?
I'm going to be the strongest man in the world, Dad. I heard that a guy could get real strong by lifting a little calf like Twister every day.
Twister? Is that what you've named him? Twister?
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, it's a great name.
Anyway, that's how you get strong, isn't it? The calf gets a little heavier each day, and by the time he's all grown up, you can still lift him.
Well, I think that's kind of an old wives' tale. There's just no way a man's going to end up lifting 1,800 pounds. Besides, you're supposed to be his mother, not his taxi cab.
I got the bottle already.
The time to train a bull is when he's young. Learning to lead is pretty important. Of course, you got to make sure the bull understands which one of you is the boss.
Hey, Twister, easy boy.
I'm not sure how much I taught Twister, but I know how much he taught me. Like the day I figured, well, he was supposed to be a rodeo bull. I better find out whether Twister could twist.
What are you doing?
Well, I had this idea. I figured if I couldn't carry Twister, maybe he could carry me. He'd be better than a horse. He'd be the first Brahma to be entered in the Kentucky Derby.
Whoa,
and then
whoa.
he'd go on
Andy,
to win.
Whoa! You know, as candidate for the world's strongest man, your brain could use a little exercise, too. Now, what are we raising all these Brahmas for?
Well, to be the best bucking bulls in the whole United... Kind of see what you mean. If Twister started liking people to ride him, he wouldn't be much of a bucker, would he?
No, he sure wouldn't be. And a bull that won't buck is useless to us.
I can teach him some more tricks, can't I?
Yeah, sure. But you stay off his back here.
So I couldn't ride him. And that little bull was still the best playmate a boy ever had.
Boom!
Thinking back, I figured the best thing I did was teach Twister to kneel. At the time, though, it was just for the fun of doing.
Come on, Neil. Come on, Twister. Get down. That's a good boy. Good.
By the time Twister got his brand, I had taken him off the bottle. And by then, we both had the whole ranch for a playground. We sure used it, too. Fact is, I think every boy ought to grow up on a ranch in Oregon.
Come on, Twister.
Or somewhere, anywhere, as long as it's in the country.
by country ways, and it sure don't bother me, 'cause I've seen this land from the mountains to the sea. Now I've grown akin to sun and wind and nature's harmony, and a country life's the only one for me. Lordy, how I love these country days. It's where I live and it's where I'm gonna stay. Where the days are long, ain't nothing wrong, just doing things my way. Lordy, how I love these country days. Well, I've roped and rode, I've plowed and hoed every day since I was born, and I've seen that country sunrise every morn. And it's sunshine days and gentle ways and folks just living free, makes a country life the only one for me. Singing, Lordy, how I love these country days. It's where I live and it's where I'm gonna stay. Where the days are long, ain't nothing wrong, just doing things my way. Lordy, how I love these country days.
I guess Twister and I were about as close as a boy and a bull can be. We stayed that way, too, right through the years that passed while both of us were growing up. Of course, growing was about all Twister did, but I was at the age to go looking for kicks. Dirt biking turned out to be pretty exciting, and so dune buggies. I picked up on skiing during the winters, and meanwhile, Twister picked up another 200 or 300 pounds. In the summers, there was water skiing and hang gliding, and then I moved up to skydiving with the help of Dad's friend, Pete Wiley, who owns an air transport service.
What's the matter with you? This is not a drop zone, it's a cow pasture. If I've told you once, I've told you 50 times. Don't come in here. Next time you try it, why don't you do it without a chute?
Well, a lot of things can change in 5 years, I guess, but everything stayed just about the same with Twister and me. And he was just getting started on the rodeo circuit now. I was his manager. From the word go, that Twister was 1 ton of pure dynamite wrapped in rawhide. He got real upset about anybody being on his back. Twister was a crowd pleaser, and that brought on the big break sooner than I expected.
Hey, Andy! We've done it.
Done what?
I just got a call from the Pendleton Roundup. It seems their best bull got sick, and their vet won't let him in the rodeo. Now, it's a last-minute thing, but they want Twister for the bull riding.
Hey, all right, the Pendleton Roundup.
Uh-huh.
That's like taking Twister to Carnegie Hall, the Olympics, Madison Square Garden, all in one day.
Do you know what else it means?
Yeah, I think I do.
Right. Now, if Twister does a good job with the best cowboys in the world on his back, his reputation's made. And that'll really make our ranch. And that's what we've been working for all these years.
Hey, Dad.
Huh?
Look, we can't go to the Pendleton Roundup.
Oh, why?
Well, we don't have time to get there.
Oh. Well, after I talked to Pendleton, I made another call. You know, Andy, A celebrity like Twister doesn't go to his shows in a truck. He flies.
Dad had made arrangements with Pete Wiley for air transportation. I had 100% trust in Pete, but still there was a lot riding on this trip, and I couldn't help feeling antsy. I just kept feeling that way, too, even if everything did seem to be going right in the groove. Easy now, boy, easy now. Move in there. There you go. There you go.
Okay, Bill, let's do a pre-takeoff checklist.
Flaps?
Flaps check.
Props?
Props, all right.
Make sure you got that crate well tied down back there, Andy.
Okay, neutral.
Carburetor heat. Failure checklist.
Okay, stand by. That looks like Andy's got the bull all squared away. You ready to go, Ed?
How about you, son?
All set.
Let her go, Pete.
Stand by number 1. You bet. We'll probably have some time to spare.
We'll be cruising at about 200 miles an hour, pretty quick.
That's a little bit faster than your cattle truck, eh?
Hey, Pete, can't you go any faster?
Well, sure, you don't want me to get a ticket, do you?
Jumpy, you think we're going to enter you in the rodeo instead of Twister?
As a manager, I got a special interest in my client back there. And these taxi drivers, they always like to take the long way around to get a little extra fare. That's what worries me.
Well, I could let you off right here.
That's enough.
Number 2 here.
It looks okay, Pete.
Yeah, there's a fuel pressure fluctuation. All right, stand by to feather number 2. Do you see any oil leaks?
It looks okay.
She's shaking a little bit, too. Up, there she goes. Okay, feather number 2.
Right. This will fly on one engine, won't it?
Yeah, sure, it'll do fine. As long as this other one keeps going.
What do you think's wrong?
Well, I can't say for sure. I won't know till we get on the ground. We've lost number 2. You guys, here's the situation. With only one engine, there's no way I can maintain enough altitude to get over these mountains, and there's no place I can set this thing down in the valley. Ed, I hate to say it, but we're gonna have to lighten the load.
Look, we just can't throw Twister out.
Pete, isn't there some other way?
Now look, I haven't got enough time. This is an emergency. We're gonna have to lighten this load to get over those mountains instead of into one of them. It's either that bull or us.
Andy, I know what Twister means to us. But Pete's right. None of us are going to make it unless that bull goes out that door.
Dad, I saw some cargo parachutes in the back. Maybe we can parachute Twister down.
Come on, son, now be sensible. There's no way you can perish. Yeah, let's give it a try. Hey, Pete, we're going to try to put a parachute on the bull.
Parachute? Now look, I don't care what you do. You got about 2 minutes before I spread this thing all over the top of the mountain. There's a bell back there by that stall. When that bell goes off, that bull goes out. Parachute or no parachute. Now get with it. Climbing. Say, listen, maybe I can get that engine fixed today.
Well, we're gonna have to get it fixed right away. After we go back and find Twister, we still have to get him to Pendleton on time. Of course, I only heard about what happened next, but it seems we unloaded Twister right above one of those commercial wild animal parks.
Welcome to the Wildlife Safari, ladies and gentlemen. Animals from Africa...
Excuse me, Dave. You forgot your
Oh, thanks, Rick. Animals from Africa, Asia, and all over the world are roaming free right here in our park. You'll see elephants, tigers, ostrich, hyenas. There are hundreds of different species here. Be sure that all your doors are locked and your windows are closed when you drive through the tiger compound. There's no way around it. Lions and tigers are just plain dangerous. Are there any questions?
Excuse me, sir. I understand about the animals in their natural habitats, but what I don't understand is what's that bull doing up in the sky?
Rick, get a rope and a pole. Head out through the north gate. All towers on the alert. Stop all traffic. Close all gates. Stand by for further instructions.
absolutely no one out of their cars, please.
Twister played it pretty cool, as long as he was all tied up. But boy, when he got loose. Right then, I guess Twister started the wildest safari they'd ever had, a wildlife safari.
Through here, let's go around to the Asian section.
Get a good close shot, honey.
Have you seen a bull around here?
Have I seen a bull? What do you think I'm doing up in this fence? He went over there.
Thank you.
Let's keep away from the other animals. Put him in the holding barn. He'll be safe there till we find his owner.
Easy does it. Don't push it, Rick. We got him now. Rick, there's a bucket of grain in the barn. Open the door and I think we can lure him in with it. Okay.
The guys at the park figured they had solved a major problem with the bull from the sky, and meanwhile, back at the airport, a minor mechanical problem had been found and was being fixed.
Yeah, would you connect me to Pendleton, please? The rodeo, the main office, please. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Downs? This is Andy Holton. Pardon? Oh, may I speak to Mr. Downs, please? For you, Jack. Hello. Hello, Mr. Downs? Yeah, this is Andy Holton. Look, it looks like we might have a little problem. Might be a little late, so...
Andy, that bull's got to get here. This rodeo today is completely sold out, and beside that, the top contender for the World's Championship has him drawn. I think if he bucks this boy off, he's really made quite a reputation. I think he's made one for yourself. So, Andy, whatever you do, try to get that bull here. Listen, Andy, if you can make it by 4:30, I'd sure appreciate it, and I'm sure there's a lot of people here that'd sure like to see you get here.
We'll get there in time.
And 4:30 now, sure try to make it.
Okay. I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you. Bye.
Before we got back in the air again, I made sure there were some people parachutes on board. Good thing I did, too. All because of one troublemaking chimpanzee. Just couldn't leave well enough alone.
Twister's gonna be the one that gets hurt, too. You gotta get down there quick.
Well, the only patch of ground big enough to put this thing down is on the other side of those hills. We couldn't be back to this spot for an hour or so.
Look, I could get down there in about 2 minutes, Dad. I got my chute back there, and if Pete will get a little altitude, I could go down there and try to square things away.
What do you think, Pete? Well, it's all right with me. You give me the corrections, Andy. Go flat power.
landing strip.
Mr. Holton.
I'm glad to see you. Okay, just this once, baby. Get out. Come on now. Come on, Twister. Just this one time. Get out. Get out. Okay. Get out. Easy, Twister. You buck me off now and I'm Tiger, mate. Easy. Okay. Easy, Twister. Come on, Twister, let's get out of here. Come on. Go, Twister, go. Let's go, Twister, come on. Twister made it all right, but I took a little spill. Look, we gotta get to that rodeo, Dad.
Well, not until we get that ankle looked at.
We don't have time for that. It's just a sprain.
The way he's acting, it won't make much difference whether we get to the rodeo or not.
What do you mean?
What good's a bucking bull that won't buck?
Well, we've come this far. We can't stop now. Look, once they put him in that chute and they open that gate, he'll come out bucking.
Okay. Come on, son.
Right then, a sprained ankle wasn't near as important as getting Twister to Pendleton by 4:30. Whether he'd buck or not, when and if we got there, was something I didn't even want to think about. But I thought about it anyway, even if the first problem was covering nearly 20 miles in 21 minutes.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, straight out of the Wild West, a freestyle fracas with the wildest horses ever gathered in one roundup. Now, we've got them all right here. It's catch as catch can, rope them, ride them, saddle them, rawhide them, you name it, we've got it. go, folks. The event we've all been waiting for, the bull riding. Giving it all he's got, folks. And yes, sir, he's got enough. And so is Jim Carruthers. That's 2 down, 3 to go, and then comes the big one.
Any word on Twister?
Not yet.
Hold it. You know where to take that bull?
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Holton, go ahead.
Right down this way, Mr. Holton.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the next event, our big one. And yes, sir, folks, here he is. And right on time, the sensational bucking Brahma from the V8 ranch, Twister. Just look at the size of that bull, ladies and gentlemen. They must have double overloads on that little pickup. That's right, folks. Give him a big hand. He's a bull that deserves it. A newcomer on the way up and taking on a champion today, John Davis. Looks confident, folks, but he's being mighty careful, too, and I sure don't blame him.
Old Twister has a lot more riding on him than just a cowboy.
Don't worry, he'll come out bucking.
I sure hope so.
Hang on to your hats. Here comes John Davis on Twister.
Twister became a double legend that day. One as a bucking bull, and one as the bull from the sky. They say most animals' lives are influenced by people, but I tell you, my life was influenced by an animal, Twister. And by the place where, long ago, the two of us grew up together.
Country days. It's where I live and it's where I'm gonna stay. Where the days are long, ain't nothing wrong, just doing things